Hey Flosstube, welcome to Creative Whim Studio. Hey friends, it's so good to be back. Today is February 18th, I believe, and it's been a couple weeks since my last regular Flosstube video. In between there, I did have my new release video for the Nashville releases. And yeah, things are going really great. The last book to be shipped is going to arrive tomorrow, so we will have everything in stock and ready to go. My big job that I have to do before we go is I need to go through all of my models and decide what models we're taking and make sure that we have patterns or charts for those models, because I have in the past couple of years taken models that we didn't even have inventory for and that was not cool. So that'll take me a little time. But anyway, this channel is mostly about cross stitch. I am an artist. I am a cross stitch designer. I also design other needlework things, but it's mostly cross stitch. So yeah, welcome to my channel. I want to start out with just to mention that this Friday is our deadline for pre-orders for Nashville. And I know maybe there's some confusion as to why we have to have a deadline for pre-orders. I mean, I guess it would be nice if we all had the same deadline. I know, I just don't even understand how shops keep all this straight. With all the different designers releasing things, and everyone has their own rules and ways of running their businesses, and I don't know how everyone keeps it straight. But like I think Stephanie said on her last video, you know, you gotta love spreadsheets. It keeps everything organized. The reason we have a deadline on our pre-orders is, for one thing, we leave 2 weeks from today. We go earlier than most people. We're getting there on Tuesday. We used to get there Thursday, set up that night and that next morning, and the show would start Friday night. But we're older now and wiser and can afford to go early and just take our time setting up and take some time to just enjoy Nashville, the area. It's yeah. And I have a friend, my best friend, my soul sister, lives in Columbia, Tennessee, which is, you know, 15-20 minutes from where the show is, and we like to spend a lot of time together. So it's just nice. It sets a nice tone, a nice pace for the show, and not to be rushed. So we do leave early. That is one reason we need to have a deadline for pre-orders, because what we do with our pre-orders, we actually pull all the orders that are going to be picked up at Nashville. They pull the orders and they're ready and packaged, ready for pickup in our store, in our room, I should say. Also, I have to have the deadline early enough so that something just moved. So that we can see, oh gosh, this one is probably going to sell out. I'm going to call my publisher, or not call them, but just order more of that one. At this late juncture, if I do feel that I need to order more, I won't have time to have them shipped here to the house. I'll probably just have them shipped right to the hotel where the show is going to be. So those are the reasons that we have to have a deadline. I have told the shops that if you place your order after Friday, February 21st, we will print your order and take it with us, but we will not pull the order until you come to the room, because we can only do so much before we leave. Pulling all these orders and having them packaged up and ready to go is a huge undertaking, like absolutely monstrous, huge undertaking. And it's, yeah, I'll be glad when the last book gets here tomorrow, because they haven't been able to start packaging things up. So they'll have pretty much 2 weeks, a little less, just under 2 weeks, to get everything ready for market, get everything packed up. So that's why we have a deadline for pre-orders. What else do I want to talk about? Anything else about market? I don't really think I have anything else about market to to talk about. I am staying after market to hang out with my friend Kristen for about 4 or 5 days, so that'll be wonderful. I do have something I do need to mention about one of the finishes. Gosh dog it, I don't have it right here. Actually, maybe I do. Let me just look real quick what I did with it. Oh geez, I'll just insert pictures. Oh, I don't want to have a lot of editing, but I found it. Whew. Some of the books have come in. I don't think I had when I did my video showing the new releases. So here's Coco's Garden. That one has been, whew, that's a front runner. The front runner, I think #1 seller we're going to have is the stocking. That's the one we're waiting on. I did not have this at the time I did my new release video, so those books are here. There's an issue with this book. They didn't print it on the nice thick cardstock that I ordered. It just disappoints me so badly when they do that. They do try to make it right, but I didn't have this one in. Ah! Just throw it on the floor. I did not have New Beginnings in when I did the video either. So that's the cover for that one. It's so pretty. I love the colors in that one. So let's talk about Faithful, Kind, and True. This linen here, and then the inside of the sewing roll, that linen I said was Colonial Rose. Well, I'm going to put a picture up here because Tanya of Blackberry Primitives got a hold of me and said, oh, I don't know if it's Colonial Rose or what is the other color? Did I print it off? The other color is something red. I'll put it up here on the screen. So I didn't realize she had 2 reds, and I said Colonial Rose, which is more of a pink. It's a much lighter. So I misspoke. Either one would look beautiful for your finish, for the sewing roll or that drum. But anyway, she was getting a lot of orders for Colonial Rose, and she couldn't figure out why, and one of her friends contacted her and said, you need to watch Teresa Koga's video. And that's when she watched it, she's like, ooh, I don't think that's Colonial Rose. So she reached out to me, which was very kind of her. So anyway, just so you know, I think it's the Old Red or something it's called. I can't remember. But so that was a little bit of business I needed to talk to you guys about. I have one more thing to talk about, and then I'll show you my whips. Okay, so I have people asking me on a daily basis if things are available as PDF. And I don't have everything as a PDF in my Etsy shop. I don't know that I ever will. You know, I understand people that live in other countries and the shipping is astronomical, or they don't have an LNS, you know, someone in their area that can ship to them. I get that, and I understand. And I have compassion, or empathy, I should say, for those people. I feel bad. But my reasoning for not having everything as a PDF is because of the criminals and the thieves and the people that like to steal. So recently, just a couple days ago, I had a wonderful lady reach out to me in my Etsy messages, and she said, Teresa, I don't think this is legit. I just wanted to bring it to your attention. And she had a link. I clicked on it, and sure enough, somebody was selling my Newcastle Bouquet sampler for like $3.63. So I purchased it because I wanted to see what this was all about. And when I purchased it and downloaded it, she had taken all of my copyright information off each page, because I have copyright Teresa Koga on every page. And she had removed that. So this person knew they were stealing, because you don't just remove someone's copyright information. and say, oh, I didn't know. Yeah, this person is a thief. And I am going to put their name up here somewhere on the screen. Well, I wish I would have reached out to Etsy first before messaging this person and telling her that she's, you know, stealing my design and I'm aware of it and blah, blah, yada, yada. Because now I can't do it because she's removed it. And so Etsy can't really do anything because they can't see that she's, you know, still selling my stuff. Anyways, and I looked through her site and I tried to find out if she was stealing from any of my designer friends or something that I might recognize and say, oh my gosh, that's a so-and-so. I should contact them and let them know that this is going on. I did see things on there that looked very familiar, but I don't know who the designer is, so I can't reach out to them. So anyway, if you, just so you know, if you ever see any of my designs being sold as a PDF other than directly from me, they are stealing it. Because I do not allow other shops to sell my PDFs. Because that's just too, I'm just not doing it, okay? I don't even like selling the PDFs myself, let alone letting other shops sell my PDFs. I just think that it could get out of hand, and I'm not going there. But yeah, so, you know, try to understand our side of it as a designer, why we don't like to put all of our PDFs out there. And some, I know some designers have every single thing that they've ever designed as a PDF. You know, we're all different. We all run our businesses differently. There's no right and there's no wrong. There's just what's right for you, right? And so what's right for me is just not exposing myself to these people that like to steal your things and profit off your hard work. Anyways, I told her, you know, cease and desist selling this. I want to be reimbursed for any money that you made off it, which I'll never see. I already know that. And I said, if I don't, you'll hear from my lawyer, which I do have a copyright lawyer. I do. Going through all that for the little bit of money that she might have made off that is just not worth my time. But anyway, I'm just bringing that up because I want all of you out there that love to cross stitch all over the world and you like PDFs, because it's not even just the fact that other people in other countries like PDFs because they can't get their hands on a physical copy, but also I know a lot of people like to download the PDF and put them into Markup or Pattern Keeper or something like that to work from, and I get it. But I do know you can buy physical copies and then you take it, because I know a lot of people have told me they do this. They take a picture of the chart and then they use, I think it's called Markup or something like that, where they can look at it then on their phone or their tablet and stitch from that. So it doesn't have to be Pattern Keeper friendly. Anyways, there you go. That's why I don't sell everything on as PDF. All right, I want to just talk or show you what I've been working on. I did quite a bit, I think, for me. I worked on several different of my patterns. So my Dot Goose Americana bag with my fabric, and then my cute little zipper pull that I designed for the Primitive Gatherings July Retreat in 2023. I worked on Lincoln Strong, the Hope and Love fundraiser. Now this is only available as a PDF in my Etsy shop, and only in my Etsy shop. But it's called Hope and Love, and I designed it, and I'm giving, it's $10, and all $10 goes to a family that is near and dear to our hearts, that are good friends of ours. Their son has cancer. He's doing really well with his treatments. He's starting radiation, 5 days of radiation. I think he started that on Monday. So continued prayers for him is much appreciated. So what I worked on this, I don't remember exactly where I left off last time. I do know I filled in that little cartouche with the date in it. I think I did that whole thing actually. So yeah, that's how far I am on it. I have a long ways to go, but I have, you know, I'm not in a big hurry to get it done. So I'm stitching that on. Stitching that on 40 count Farm Girl Dry Goods chamois. Chamois. Yeah, that's right. Somebody, I called it chamois last time and someone said, it's pronounced like this. And she said, you know those things that you use to dry your car after you wash them? She says, it's pronounced like that. I'm like, oh, yeah, I got you. Anyways, yes, Farm Girl Dry Goods. Oh, I absolutely love stitching on her fabric. There's a giant Tom Turkey out there just walking by. He's humongous. Okay, get in there. All right. Ooh, next, I made a lot of progress on this next one. Again, in my Dot Goose bag with my fabric. Miss Denise, I will have her linked below, her Etsy shop where she sells her bags. This is going to be released probably in May. I'm going to have another release. I think it's going to be in May. Anyways, this is part of the Divine Mercy Prayer. The fabric I'm stitching it on is 40 count Brea by Needle and Flax. And I'm stitching it with one color, Valdani 0533 Golden Autumn, because it goes from like gold to red to like a dark burgundy, and it's really pretty. So I'll read it to you. Eternal God, in whom mercy is endless and the treasury of compassion inexhaustible, look kindly upon us and keep on increasing your mercy in us, that in difficult moments we might not despair nor become despondent, but with great confidence submit ourselves to your holy will, which is love and mercy itself. Amen. So when I showed you last time, I just had part of, I want to say I just had this corner piece done, and maybe up to here. So I went all the way onto the other side so I could see how big it was going to be. And I just had to put the little leaves on this. Once I get the leaves on that, I'm going to start on the verse and just kind of like do the verse and then do the border as I go down. But I love this floss. Look how cool that color is. It's mostly like the reds and the burgundies, but a little bit, every so often you'll get kind of that orangey color. So yeah, it's real pretty. And look at it on that fabric. So beautiful. Oh, and I love stitching on Needle and Flax as well. She's great fabric. So that's called Love and Mercy. And like I said, when I get it done, it will be released. Well, I better get it done by May because that's my next release. I did hear back from my framer. It's funny because I called them yesterday to see how things were going, and she said, you won't believe it, but we were just finishing them up. They turned out beautiful, and we were getting ready to call you when we got your message. I'm like, there you go. So tomorrow, Kevin and I are taking the afternoon off. Oh, real quick, I do have an interview to talk about my new releases on a Facebook group that is Antique Needleworkers Facebook group by Shellie. So if you don't belong to her group, go and join that, and then we're going to do a live video and talk about my new releases. That's at 3 p.m. Eastern time tomorrow, Wednesday the 19th, February 19th. So check that out. If you missed the live, you'll be able to watch the replay. Okay, and then in this beautiful bag that I bought it on Etsy. I don't know whose bag it is, but I do love it. This is from Teresa Bennett's. Oh, I didn't even realize I had it signed. To my friend Teresa, stay humble. How cool. This is her Most Humble Hands book. There's some amazing, look at that sampler. There's some amazing samplers in here. But my favorite one that I am stitching is called The Poet and the Rose. Elizabeth Beard 1820. And here's the reproduction piece. And then here's the antique. Oh, it's fabulous. and I will show you mine. I'm stitching this on 40 count Molten Chocolate Cake by Wabi Sabi Linens, which is Teresa Vanette's Kitten Stitcher line of linens. So what I have done since the last time, I forgot I had my board sitting here. This is much easier to talk to you and show you if I use the board. All right, so the last time, I'm trying to remember where I was. I think I did HIJKLM. No. I had done that last time. That's right. Over here, I think I was on U or V. And so I finished the alphabet going over because I really wanted to see how much of that I could cut off because I'm sick of dealing with all this fabric. And then I finished this little checkerboard was like way over here. I finished that and then I took it all the way down so I knew how big it was going to be. It's going to be this big, which is a beautiful size. I love it. So now I can cut all this extra fabric off. Hopefully I'll think to do that while I'm down here today. But anyway, I love the fabric. I did not do her called for. I think her called for was all DMC. Yes, it is. All her called for is a DMC, but I wanted to use variegated. So I am using All Classic Colorworks. Cocoa Bean, Black Coffee, Bunny Honey, Blue Corn, and Nature's Trail. So there you go. That piece is really fun to stitch on. I love stitching the alphabet or letters. I just love it. I gotta let my dog in. She's driving me nuts. Come in, monkey. Next, you guessed it, a Dot Goose bag. I'm stitching Blackwater Blooms by Needleworkers Designs. This is what it will look like when it's finished. I'm stitching this with my friend Donna Lightsky. Donna Lightsky She Shack Stitcher. And we are using 56 count Tickety Boo by Tabby Cat Linens, and I'm using Tudor Silk, what is it, Weathered Wood, I want to say. Yeah, Tudor Silk Weathered Wood, which is, the variegation on it is really nice for this piece. So that's that. And this is how far I've gotten. I worked on quite a bit of it. Tonight I'm hoping to, or tomorrow morning even. I try to do this in the morning since it's 56 count. But I just got to finish that side of the flower, and then I've got like 3 big sections over here, and that middle flower will be done. Yeah, this fabric is pretty. It's not really showing it very well. Nice, teeny. That's pretty accurate there. So it'll be nice and small. I really love stitching with, anyway, I started to say before my battery died that I really like stitching with one color because I'd been working on the hometown sale, and there's a lot of color changes because I was doing some little bitsy things like the little turkey and a little deer, and there's like 5 colors in this tiny little turkey, and you know, all that changing of the thread. Oh, but anyway, so yeah, I started drawing and sketching some things that I would like to do just either just one color or maybe 2 colors. I don't know. I'm gonna branch out and do something a little bit different, guys. So next thing I worked on was my hometown sale, and I am cranking on this, and I just love it so much. I released page 14 on February 15th. Boy, this could stand to be ironed, but if I ironed this every single time I showed it, because you know it's a 2-year sale, it'd be a little bit much. So we'll just have to bear with the wrinkles. So, gosh, I'll have to put a picture up of where I was last time. I'm not even sure. I do know, I can tell you this much. This road was way up here. I finished this road coming down. I added the turkey, which my counting is off with this tree. So I had to do his legs different. I'm not real happy with that. Otherwise, he looks like he's standing on this tree. Ah, what a bummer. I added this cute little reindeer. I finished filling in this house. I can't remember if I had those trees done. I think I did. Yeah, I think I just had to finish filling in the house. And then I finished the windows. I had to rip that roof out. I did something wrong on the roof. I stitched this in the windows and fixed the roof. I did that last night while I was watching Miss Potter, about Beatrix Potter. I am in love with her. I want to get her whole like book collection and just, I've always loved her illustrations, but I just didn't know her story. And I watched it on Prime Video. So if you have Prime Video, it's a classic, and it's just so, it's just enchanting, her story and the way they did with her drawings, and like she was talking to the drawings because they were coming to life and misbehaving or whatever. I mean, it was just so good. So good. So yeah, we're cruising along on the hometown sale. So yeah. Oh, I'm stitching 40 count. Fox and Rabbit, I know. Up in the attic, I think is what it is. Let's see if I have a card in here. That's right, I think I lost my card. And I was gonna make a new one and I never did. Yeah, so I think it's up in the attic. So those are my whips. That's a lot of whips, guys. Before I go into showing you all my haul, I want to take a little break here and just tell you about something super fun that I did. So my friend Donna, she is one of my model stitchers, but more than that, she has become one of my closest friends. We act so silly together. She brings out the silly in me, I bring out the silly in her. We have so much fun together. Well, she's been going through some hard times and difficult things, and just, she needed a girls' day. I needed a girls' day. I've been working very, very hard with market and, you know, with upcoming retreats and things going on. And so we both needed a girls' day. And we have been wanting to get together and go up to Alpena, which is, it's a little over 3 hours for me. It's about 4 hours for her. She's been up there before a couple times, I believe, because she likes to drive. Her and her husband travel all over. He delivers, he's got a big trailer. It's a long story. Anyway, they love to be on the road. I'm not quite that crazy about being on the road, but I don't mind driving or riding 3 hours to go to a cross-stitch shop. It's just a time thing for me. When can we both get together? When does it work out with our schedules, type of thing? It finally worked out. So last Friday, I took the day off. I met her in a parking lot where I could leave my vehicle all day. And we met in Clio, and she drove up to Stitches and Blooms up in Alpena, Michigan. At the end of this video, I have a video that I'm going to add on to the end of this Flosstube of the shop. Karen is the owner. Her husband, Chuck, is also the owner. And they're delightful. And when we got there, her husband, Chuck, was sitting there at the table FFOing things for the shop. And doing it beautifully, I might add. He does a lot of FFOing for Karen. Karen does all the stitching, and he does the FFOing. She does have some, she said she has some models on display that are like friends of hers that said, you know, you can display this for a while or whatever. And then some of the really full coverage of wildlife or the bigger ones like that, her framer that works there. We got to meet him. I can't think of his name. I'm so sorry. He was the sweetest man, and he does the framing there, but he also stitches these amazing full coverage, realistic pieces that are just, will like make your jaw drop. It's just incredible. So we got to go there, and Karen, she's great. She is absolutely great. This is her 40th year being in business. Is that amazing or what? How many cross stitch shops can say they've been in business for 40 years and she's still going strong? She said she started the shop when she was 23. And I said, what made you want to open a cross stitch shop at 23 years old? She said, well, I learned how to, I think she's fired. She said she learned how, someone taught her, a friend, or I don't know exactly who taught her to cross stitch, but she loved it so much she wanted to open a shop. And I'm thinking at 23, that's amazing. Her parents are entrepreneurs, so she's not afraid of being an entrepreneur. And this place is big. I mean, it goes on and on and on. There's models everywhere. She has everything organized beautifully. I'm telling you, if you live in the Alpena area, or even if you don't, it is worth the drive. So here's Michigan, actually. Here's Michigan, okay? Here's Michigan. I live here. Donna lives here. And Alpena is up here. Way up here, guys, way up here. So it's a great drive, though. Basically, for me, get on 75, you take 75 to 23, and they're right on 23. You go through Tawas and all the places, my stomping grounds when I was a teenager. Yeah, so it's a beautiful drive. We lucked out because the day before that, on that Thursday, we got a lot of snow. And then we got a lot of snow on Saturday. So somehow, by the grace of God, it did not snow on Friday. And we had a beautiful trip. It was sunny. It was wonderful. And Donna and I had much needed time together and laughed ourselves silly. We had so much fun. So I have haul that leads me into my haul that I want to show you that I got at Stitches and Blooms. And then I'll go into what you all sent into me to show and share. I purchased this. This is the haystack for the CTR. Now, the CTR is not being made anymore. It's a punch needle. She retired. But I still use my haystack. I keep my scissors. There's a big magnet in there. And so when I saw this, I'm like, that's mine. Because the one I have, one of the hinges is broken. So I needed a new one. I bought this chart. Now, she had this chart. So she's been in business for 40 years. So she's one of those that has older charts that you may not even be able to get anymore. I mean, it's like a gold mine there. So, and I don't buy a ton of charts because I already have a ton of other designers' charts that who knows if I'm ever going to have time to do them. But when I saw this up on the wall, the model sold it for me. I absolutely think that's beautiful. There's some, just like, what do you call it? Long stitches down there for that little saying, for family, friends, and the Lord's blessings. I'm not going to stitch that. And I don't know that I'm going to back stitch around these acorns, but I love the design. So I bought that, and then I decided, well, while I'm here, why not convert it to NPI silks? I mean, duh. So I bought NPI silks to stitch it in, and look at those gorgeous fall colors. My dog is seriously driving me nuts. Now she's clawing at the door because she wants back in. Oh, some days I want to... No, I don't. I was going to say some days I want to give her away. That is not true. I would never, ever. I can't believe I almost said that. Anyway, look at those beautiful colors. So, so pretty. So I'm really excited about that. I don't know when I'll stitch it because I have all these other things I'm working on. So, oh, that's right. She had those in a different way. So that's that. And then I bought fabric. Now, Miss Karen, as if she's not busy enough stitching models for her shop, running the shop, keeping everything, you know, running and in stock. That to me would be the hardest part. She also dyes her own linen. And I thought I bought more of hers. Oh, I bought 2 that she did. Let's see. Okay, so I bought 1 because she gifted me the other one. So I purchased this. It says hand dyed by Karen, and this is 36 count Grandma's lace. And you gotta see this color. I'm gonna take it out of the bag because you have to see this. Now, if you want this, all you have to do is call her. I'll have her address and her shop phone number down below. But look at this. Look at how gorgeous that is. It's like, oh my gosh, Karen, I don't know. I don't know how you do all the things you do. Absolutely amazing. So yeah, that would be beautiful for so many different things I can think of. So the other one, now this is the one that she gifted me. This was the first one I picked up of hers. I was like, oh, this color. I don't know what I'll put on it, but I absolutely love it. Oh my goodness, I love this. This one's called Sage. This is 40 count Sage. Look, you guys, look at this absolutely gorgeous, gorgeous linen. Wow, so pretty. So pretty. All right. Oh, you know what? I can't believe I almost forgot to mention this. One of my favorite things about going to Karen's shop, Stitches and Blooms, is the shop dog. And Karen, please forgive me, I can't remember her name. She's a little Boston Terrier, and it's like 2 flower names, I think. Petunia Posy, or I think it's 2 P words as well. I don't know. I wish I could remember, but this dog stole my heart. I'm like, I want to take her home with me, and she'll bring you her little toy over and want you to throw it. And oh my gosh, I love her so much. And she comes, when you come in the door, she comes running up, and then once you're there, she settles in and she goes and lays over at the heat vent, and she has her face right up to the heat vent, and she's laying there. Oh my gosh, this dog is amazing. All right, and then I bought 3 Fiber on a Whim linens, and I got 40 count and 36 count was pretty much what I get. So this one is 40 count wheat by Fiber on a Whim, and I don't know that I've ever stitched on theirs. Maybe I did once, but I mean, like for one of my models. Look how, oh, there we go. Look how gorgeous that color is. Oh my gosh, I love it. So pretty. So that's called Wheat, and boy, is that a good name for it. Maybe I'll just do that. Set it aside. This one is 36 count Hazelwood by Fiber on a Whim. Ooh, that's really pretty too. It has, oh, it has like, I didn't really notice that when it was all folded up, but it has like green splotches on it. So pretty. It's, yeah, it's like a yellow green. Oh man, is that pretty. That will sit right there. And then I got 36 count Night Sky by Fiber on a Whim. I love a nice blue. And this is like a, kind of like a blue jean color. So pretty. Ooh, look at that. Beautiful. Absolutely beautiful. And last but not least, I bought Atomic Ranch Fabrics Bayou. Now, she didn't have it in 36 or 40 count. And I went ahead and bought 28 count because I'm like, I absolutely love this. And this might be nice for the Fabulous Monsters because I need to design more of those. But I think I told her. If not, Karen, if you're watching this, when you get this in a 40 count or 36 count, let me know because I would love to order some. Is this not spectacular? Look at that color. Oh my gosh. There you go. That's pretty good. It looks more gray on the camera lens that I'm looking at, but it's not gray. There's grays in it. That's right there. That's the color. That is it right there. Oh my gosh, look at that. You gotta be kidding me. Love it. Okay, I'll fold that later. Okay, I got that. And I believe that was it. Oh, I did buy some needles, Colonial Petites, I think they were called. I bought those because I really love Pony Black. They do bend though. And so I'm looking for a needle. The thing is, a lot of times when you get a petite needle, the eye of the needle is really small and it makes it so hard to thread. So that's what I liked about the Pony Blacks, is that the eye of the needle was still pretty big. But anyway. Something else I want to talk about that I got from eBay, it took a little bit to get, is I bought a lot of needle books. I should say a grouping of needle books. So here's one. Look at it, it's gorgeous. Isn't that cool? And look at all the needles in there. That little piece of fabric too. Oh, I love that. Then we have, look at that, 15 cents. What? Woolworth needle book. Oh my goodness, look at that for 15 cents. Of course, they probably made $1 an hour, so I guess it all. Uh-oh, one just fell on the floor. I guess it's all relative, right? Uh-oh, I'm gonna have to find that. Well. Okay, this one, and someone's name's on it. Mildred Brockins. Brick and stone will make a house. What does it say inside? But furniture makes a home. Fidelity Furniture Department. Omaha, Nebraska. Huh. That's so cool. So anyway, this is how it, and then you open it up. It's got little people in there. And then you open it up. It's got a pack of needles and some writing and stuff in there. This one. In your time of need, it is needles. Wait, what? In your time of need, it is needles to look for anything better than me. I don't quite get that, but Sewing Society needle book. Egg-shaped eyes and swelled center. Super cute. And then that's the inside. This little pack of needles. Whoops, I'm sorry. Wasn't looking. Diamond drilled eye sharps. Oh, okay, right here. The Army and Navy needle book. I think I have one of those already. And then that's the back. And, oh, I'm sneeze. Oh, excuse me. So we got that, and then this one, the Army and Navy needle book. This one says Iowa on it. I should chart this, the Army and Navy needle book, and then put the eagle underneath and like have him holding needles in his claws. his talons, whatever they're called. There's the needles inside the book. Super cool. And that's it. So, like I said before, I go to eBay and I look for things for staging, you know, for photography, for my covers on my designs, my books and my patterns. All right, Teeny's clawing at the door again. Boo Boo, you're being a pain in the butt. Come in. Okay, I want to show you a video. I'm going to insert a video showing me opening this little pin. I don't know if you noticed it on me. It is so stinking cute. I should have had it pinned up a little higher so you could see it. But anyway, I'm going to insert a video here. I have purchased things from this Full Moon Wears. She sells kits, so with instructional videos where you can make, what do you call it? Spun cotton things. I have wanted to do spun cotton forever and ever. I actually bought a kit years ago, probably 5 to 7 years ago, and it's still sitting over at my desk. I've never touched it, never tried. That is a goal of mine this year. That, you know, is another reason I don't want to do a lot of retreats anymore. I just want to stay in my studio and make stuff, create stuff. That is my happy place. And yeah, just to kind of stay home a little bit more. And I'm kind of a homebody. So yeah. Anyway, I digress. But this, she was selling, the girl, I don't know her name, Full Moon Wears. She was selling some finished items, and when I saw these hearts, I was so thrilled to actually get one. And I started to open this up at the house when it came in. I've had it for a few days now, but the way it's packaged, I'm like, I have to show them how this is packaged. It's just done beautifully. So there's this little bag that she's obviously aged the bag, and it says "Do small things with great love," and it has a heart stamped on it. It's so cool. And then there's this adorable card, Full Moon Wears Whimsical Spun Cotton Creations. Yes, super cool. And then I love all this stuff too. But look at this box. This is how it came. And what I find kind of interesting is that it's much smaller than I pictured when I purchased it. I don't know what I was thinking, but I'm terrible. Here's her logo. I'm terrible with judging how big something is going to be or how small something's going to be. But anyway, I just wanted you to see how adorable this was packaged. There's a little locket. I think it actually opens. Oh my goodness, so cute. So I will be keeping all of these little things to be able to use in my junk journals, which I don't ever have time to do either, but it's there waiting for me when I do have time. So these pretty ribbons. Oh, I thought that was 2 different ribbons. Look at how it's like an ombre. Goes into different colors. So pretty. So pretty. I love things that are packaged beautifully like that. But wait till you see what I got. It's so cool. And it's so tiny. Oh, looky. Isn't this a Mother Teresa quote? Do small things with great love. Yes, it's Mother Teresa quote. Now this is a pin. I may wear it as a pin someday, but I don't know. I don't know what I'm gonna do with it, but it is spectacular, is it not? Look at how adorable this is. And when I saw it online, I pictured it like this big. Oh, do small things with great love. And she has I believe she still has the tutorial where she'll show you how to make these on YouTube, but you can order the kit with the supplies at her site. I'd love to learn how to make this. It's just absolutely adorable with the little key. Look how small that little key is. I don't know where she gets her little charms and things, but The little bow. Oh my gosh, it's just precious. So anyways, I hope you had fun watching the opening and unboxing of that, because I just, packaging, wow, nicely done. I'm going to go over some of the things that have been sent in to me that people wanted me to share with you all. So my sweet friend Chris Yo, she said, "Hey girlfriend, I stitched your Stu the Snowman and finally finished it. I thought I sent it to you already, but I didn't see it in my sent folder. So I'm sending it again. I started this a couple years ago when I was hand dyeing my own Aida. This is on 18 count tea coffee dyed Aida. I needed to break up the white, so I added suspenders using the kudzu and one of the other colors. I had this wooden sign and just painted it 2 shades of green and added the paper letters at the top and snowflake buttons at the bottom. I have to tell you now, every stinking time I see an alphabet, I immediately see Stu." That's so funny. That's so funny. Okay. "I'll never be able to unsee it, LOL. Love you so much. You are welcome to share on your Flosstube if the picture is clear enough. Hugs, Chris Yo." So that is the story I tell of Stu Snowman, because once I designed him, I'm like, I don't know what to name him. And in the design, the way the alphabet fell, right next to his head, STU, the alphabet went on. But the STU said Stu, and I'm like, oh, there you go, Stu Snowman. So yeah, sometimes, you know, it's interesting to know how we name things, right? Oh, I gotta look this one up. Maggie Murphy. This is on Instagram. Hold please. Well, I was hoping if I found it on her Instagram, I would have more details than what I have here. Because I saw this and then I reached out to her and asked her if I could share it. Anyways, she made an ornament out of one of the cats from my Halloween sampler. It's the Hello Halloween book, but the main piece in there is the Halloween sampler. And so she took one of the cats and made this adorable, super sweet ornament, and I just wanted to share it. Just wanted to share it. And so I reached out to her on Instagram and asked her, and she said, yes, please do. So there you go. Next, we have Patty Wyan. And Patty said, "Good afternoon, Teresa. Hope you're doing well and Kevin is feeling better. I wanted to take a few minutes to send this to you before my grandson's 8th birthday party. I stitched Spring Manor. It's a Patreon chart. She started on March 10th, 2024 and finished on April 11th, 2024. Let's see. I stitched on 28 count Zweigart that I coffee dyed myself. I used all the called for colors. I decided to make it into a cross stitch bag, my first time doing so. I made some mistakes, but I'm fine with it. I do love how it turned out. I hope you have a blessed day and take care, as I saw you were expecting winter storms in Michigan. God bless, Patty Wyan." Thank you so much, Patty, for sharing that. Look at how pretty her bag is, and I love that her little floss keeper is a little sheep. So stinking cute. Thank you so much for sharing that with us. Next, we have Glenda Gomez. She said, in 2023, I stitched this Patreon pattern on a mystery linen on 16 count Aida in DMC colors, or DMC floss. I finished this pattern on an antique stitching box, that stays by my stitching chair. Create every day. Oh, it's so cool. I love it. Thank you, Glenda, for sharing that with us. And that is all I have for you guys today. If you have stitched something of mine, whether it's Patreon or something that's released to the general public, please send that to me if you want to share it to teresakogut3@gmail.com, and I will share it here in my next video. I think that's all. I think that's all I have, guys. I hope to see you in a couple weeks. Actually, I won't see you in a couple weeks because I'll be in Nashville. If there's any way possible that I can record a Flosstube while I'm away, I will. If not, I will just wait until I get home and share all about the Nashville market and my time spent with my soul sister Kristen and her family. And so anyway, I'll see you either in a couple weeks or I'll see you in about 3.5 weeks. So, all right, don't forget, create every day. Thanks for watching. Bye-bye. Bye.